Ready. So, as I told you before, every single year from 2004, Jermaine Ritter has been participating in NSTT. She's one of the master trainers. She has presented with me many times psychology of APG and other of the skills that we present at this training. And this is the very first time she's not joining us. So I just want to present you some of the pictures of last year in Nstt in Colorado. We had a great time with Jermaine. We learned a lot together. And this is for you, Jermaine. We really want to honor you and to tell you that we miss you so much. Now we're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow trainers here, how are you feeling this evening? Are you ready for our next presentation? I personally took the honor of picking up the mic to introduce our next speaker because I first met him at ACMC in Colorado in 2011. He's a personal friend and someone whom I admire and respect and love. He's been working full-time in NLP and neurosemantics since 2010. He's currently the president of the Institute of Neurosemantics for the United States of America. He's only 3 years old. No, he spent 3 birthdays with Michael Hall as he spent his birthday here, right? So it gives me greatest pleasure to introduce to you the man of the hour, Jason.
All right, how are you guys doing today? Did you have a nice dinner?
Yes.
Yeah, some of you did, and some of you didn't. And today is day 5 of Neurosemantics Trainers Training. You survived another day. You've had fun times. You've had some not so fun times. And some of you have even found fun in those. And tonight, I'm going to be teaching you a topic, a pattern that has been very influential for me in my skills and my career as a presenter. Would you guys like to hear what that is?
Yes.
Before I get to that, one more splitting statement. So some of you are here with me right now. Some of you, perhaps your minds are in the past, and perhaps some of you, your minds are in the future. But regardless, this pattern will help you develop as a neurosemantics trainer. Are you ready?
Yes.
Awesome, because tonight, I'm going to be presenting to you presence of mind. Under pressure. Now, I have a question for you, which is, have you ever felt stressed out as a trainer? Perhaps a few times today. Now, I am very familiar with feeling stressed out. In fact, I had a moment of stress about 1 year ago on a night just like tonight. In fact, I was sitting in a chair just like yours. And one of the things that I love about the evening presentations of Nstt is that you guys can relax. And all of the pressure is on the presenter. Right?
Yes.
And so I'm sitting in your chair and I'm relaxed. I have 24 hours before I have to make my presentation, and I am prepared. Feels nice. And the trainer comes up to the stage to do their evening presentation, and they open the presentation, and I sit there and I say to myself as they start talking, this presentation sounds a little familiar. And the presenter keeps on talking a little bit longer. 1 more minute goes by, and I kind of step back in my mind and I say, yeah, this presentation does sound familiar. And they talk for just a few more seconds and it hits me. This is my presentation. I'm supposed to be presenting this presentation in 24 hours to be benchmarked by Michael. And all these thoughts start racing through my mind. If they're presenting my pattern right now, what am I going to do? I have to present something. Am I going to get a new pattern? How am I going to do this? I have to get benchmarked tomorrow. And by the way, did Michael tell you yet that the day before your benchmark, he's going to change your pattern? Did he tell you that yet? No? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Forget I said that. Would you guys like to know what happened to me in this situation here?
Yes.
Perfect. But before I give you that, I want to give you a couple of reasons why it's so important for you to access your presence of mind as a presenter. So first of all, the first reason why it's really important to access your presence of mind is because masterful trainers access presence of mind, especially when under pressure. Do you want to become a masterful trainer?
Yes.
I don't know if I believe you. Do you want to become masterful as a trainer?
Yes.
Okay. Also, this pattern is so beneficial to you because it will allow you to be able to handle situations where you would feel stressed out, overwhelmed, or even threatened in the moment. And we know that those things happen. Do they not? Would you like to better be able to handle those situations? Not only that, but the process that I'm going to present to you today will allow you to recover when things go wrong. And if we learned anything from David up here just a couple moments ago, things will go wrong. And just like in Muhammad's presentation, we realized things will go wrong. It's not a matter of whether or not they will go wrong. It's a matter of how well you will handle it. Would you like to learn another process to handle those situations much more effectively, to be able to recover with ease and grace? And lastly, this pattern that I'm going to be presenting to you tonight and that you guys will be practicing with each other will allow you to experience more power to accomplish the things you want in your life as a trainer and all the way out into your personal life as well. Are you guys ready? Now, I want to make a point here, which is that regardless of the external pressures, presence of mind is always a choice. And I'm going to say that again because I think this is really important. Regardless of the external pressures, your presence of mind is always a choice. So when you experience pressure as a trainer, I want you to interpret that as an opportunity to practice this pattern. Will you guys promise me that? So I want to define to you what is presence of mind. Presence of mind is a state of having your mind be present in the same place where your body is. We know as neurosemantic beings that our minds can time travel. Our minds can go to the past and think about things that have happened. Our minds can go to the future and think about things that may happen. And so presence of mind is about bringing your mind present to where your body is. And by the way, you are training to become a better presenter. Have you noticed that before about the word presenter? That the root of the word presenter is present. As a presenter, you are the person who is present, the presenter. And there's another interesting thing about the present. And you all have been through APG, and so you know about the genius flow state of engagement. That the present is where you have access to your resources. Would you guys want to learn a process to become even more present? Now let me define for you under pressure. Under pressure is a stress or urgency caused by too many demands on your time, like in my story over there, or your resources. And let me give you a menu list of some pressures that you might experience as a presenter, as a trainer. Time pressure. Has anybody ever experienced time pressure here at Nstt? Perfectionism. Any perfectionists in the audience? Interruptions. Well, we got some people. Shoulds. Anybody should on themselves? Create internal pressure. I should do this, I should do that. Financial pressures. I have to do well in this training, otherwise I won't make the money that I need. Or perhaps benchmarks. Now, the key to presence of mind is a state of being cool and calm. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to be cool and calm? When in your life are you cool and calm? Perhaps it's laying out by the pool or by the beach. Maybe it's reading a nice calm book. Maybe it's a book by Dr. Hall. Maybe you relax getting a nice warm hot stone massage. And I want you to take a moment and show me, how do you do calmness in your body? Show me the muscle tension, relaxation of calmness. Show me the eyes of calmness. The sigh of calmness. So that's good news. You know how to do calmness. And when I think about pressure, I think about this in terms of a metaphor of a deep sea diver. The deeper you go under the water, the more pressure you feel. And the more pressure you feel, the farther you are from your resources. And I like to think about presence of mind, kind of like a diving helmet. As soon as you access this presence of mind, you have access to your resources again, no matter how far you are deep into the pressure. So it's the evening, and the presenter is presenting my pattern. Do you guys want to know what I did? Yeah. Well, the good news is that I had access to this pattern here. So what did I do? Well, I had some pressure on my time and resources. And what I did was I stepped back, just like you guys know how to. and I access a state of calmness. And I supported that with the belief that this is not the end of the world. It wasn't. I also access a state of trust. Have you ever felt trust before? I felt trust in the universe. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and everything happens in perfect time. And so I accessed that trust. And I also accessed respect, self-respect, because I believe that my health is key for performance. And if I'm feeling stress, I'm not going to have access, I'm not going to be healthy. And so I accessed all of these resources, this self-respect, this trust, and this calmness. And I brought this down into that situation of pressure, of demand on my time and resources, and my state transformed into presence of mind. And there's something else about that story I want to share with you. I survived. One more year at least to be here in front of you. So having access to presence of mind under pressure does not mean that you won't experience pressure. It means that you will access your presence of mind in spite of it. Would you like to learn the process, how you can access more presence of mind? Would you like to learn the process so that you can experience more presence of mind as a trainer? So let me start with the elicitation question, which is, when do you need more presence of mind as a trainer? Maybe it was something off of that menu list that I read to you earlier. Some of you raised your hand for financial pressures, time pressures. I want you to think of an experience now, because one of you will have the opportunity to come up here with me for a demonstration, and all of you will be practicing in pairs. So I want you to pick an experience now and make it easier on your partner and easier on yourself. Now the pattern goes like this. First, you identify the training context needing presence of mind, that moment of pressure. The second step is that you identify the resources that you need. Maybe it's that calmness, or maybe it's something else. But you access those, you identify those resources, and you design the new state. The next step, step number 4, is you access and amplify each resource, and you apply it to that moment